Nakausap ko namin also the Japanese Prime Minister Kishida. I even spoke to the outgoing Prime Minister of Australia. My best information is that to announce, we will ask for you to come. So, sandali lang, we are be debriefing. We, as I'm sure you know, nakakatanggap na ako ng mga congratulatory messages from different heads of states. Nakausap ko na ang unang nakatawag sa amin ay yung US, the President Joe Biden, and China, President Xi. Nakausap ko namin also the Japanese Prime Minister Kishida. I even spoke to the outgoing Prime Minister of Australia.
Ay, wow. Sana all.
Who just went through an election also. So, marami na talagang nangyayari, marami na talagang we are already being recognized. This new administration is being already recognized. Mukha namang walang problema sa recognition. Maybe the comfortable margin that we enjoyed during the election is has a part to play.
Paano kaya tapos biglang hindi pala siyang president, ano? Biglang ma-DQ.
Today, I met with three ambassadors. The ambassador of South Korea, the ambassador of Japan, the ambassador from India, and now the head of station of the United States, where we were able to discuss many of the things that how we are going to handle the next few years in terms of our relationships with the different countries. Ang aking lang laging pinapaalala sa kanila, sinasabi ko, palagay ko, sa pandemyang ito, ang recovery ng lahat natin ay hindi kakayanin ng kahit isang bansa, kahit gaano kayaman. Kailangan the partnerships will be the one that will bring us to keep the global economy at least
Oo nga, Alinita, nag-startle pa lang.
And will give us
Starter
opportunities for us to take advantage of the opening of the global economy. So I think that we were all in agreement that that is going to be the situation. Specifically in Japan, we with the Japanese ambassador, we spoke about
Kaya nga 'di ba Salina,
of the
si Yorme last
ODA
year pa lahat
projects
ng mga 'yan.
that JICA ODA that possibly we can pursue. At marami siyang ipinakita sa amin na mga possibilities in terms of infrastructure, in terms of transportation infrastructure, in terms of the usual horizontal infrastructure, and also of employment, where he would like to see an increase. Japan would like to see an increase of employment of Filipinos in Japan. So that we will pursue those opportunities further. With the ambassador of South Korea, napag-usapan namin yung IT, digital communication, because South Korea is still considered to be one of the best in the world when it comes to IT. And I said, kung sana matulungan mo kami diyan. At pinag-usapan din namin with the South Korean ambassador, napag-usapan din namin yung offer nila at yung nakapunta na rito ng mga expert na nuclear power para tignan ang Bataan Nuclear Power Plant para makita kung ano ba ang maaring gawin. Pwede pa bang ituloy o kailangan na magtayo ng bago? What are the things that we will have to do?
Akala ko ba sabi niya noon hindi na itutuloy yan Bataan.
We will now study their recommendations and their findings, and we will see if it can still apply. Because as we have been talking about all through the campaign,
laki-laking budget niya noon
is the supply of power. If we are going to industrialize post-pandemic, we are going to go through rapid industrialization when the power sector must be ready for that.
Napansin ninyo walang GMA dyan?
The problem with in the power sector is that laki ang lead time Kahit na siguro yung pinakamaliit na planta, 3 years yan. Minimum. 3 to 5 to 7 years. But kahit na hindi aabutan ng administrasyon ko, we still have to start. We still have to start somewhere. So we spoke about
Kaya nga 'di ba My
about
Life
that.
kay HKPH.
And some of the other
Very
security
dangerous nga yan
concerns
eh.
to
But,
the region. Siyempre, North
oo nga,
Korea
Juliet.
is a continuing concern to South
Boring.
Korea.
We're not being
The
negative, ano,
stability
pero
in our area is something
wala
that
talagang
we
dating.
had also discussed. With the
Opo,
ambassador
nagmo-move on na po kami.
from India,
Pero wala
we
talaga.
think about he had 3 very interesting programs that they are instituting in India that I think might be applicable in the Philippines. And we again agreed to go into these
Exclusive nga eh,
different
para
areas in
sa
greater
mga
detail.
gusto lang nilang media.
Number one, of course, is agriculture.
Tingnan nyo, walang,
We have a lot we can
walang
learn a lot,
GMA.
especially from India. Not only in the techniques of agriculture, but also in the protection of
Oy, Kate, tanggapin mo na.
and how to bring the average age of the farmers down from what it is now. Nung nababasa ko, 57, 50, 56, 57 ang average age ng ating mga magsasaka. At walang pumapasok ng mga kabataan. And one of the solutions that was proposed is that it will, kung gawin nating high-tech yung ating agriculture, magiging interesting para sa mga mas bata. Because with the new technologies, we will need young people anyway. So we started talking about that and the protection of the farmers. I also, because it is one of the conclusions we arrived at during and after the pandemic, after the first hit of the pandemic, yung gamot. And we know that India is one of the largest manufacturers of generic drugs. And I think I said if we could go into partnership para magkaroon ng production dito
Ano, Nitch
sa
Gids?
Pilipinas.
Na brain freeze
Turuan nyo
ka na
kami,
ba?
what is the manufacturing technology? What are the necessary things that have to be put in place? Is there new legislation?
Matulog
Would
na
we
lang.
have to put up a new agency? Or we will have to do training of those of yung mga nasa atin na tao? But in the end, to be able to provide at least the basic, yung mga basic lang na mga gamot.
Hindi pa rin talaga siya nagbabago, ano? Ganun pa rin siya nung nangangampanya hanggang ngayon. Yung lagi niyang sagot sa katanungan is yung binibigyan niya tayo ng impormasyon na alam na natin. Ang gusto kasi natin talaga is yung maglalatag siya talaga ng specific na solusyon. Kaya nga siya tinatanong eh.
Marami silang maipapakita sa atin. Titignan natin kung babagay.
Halimbawa, yung sasabihin niya na this was not the first time na nag-meet kami nitong ambassador na to. Hindi naman namin kailangan alamin yan kasi baka nakita na namin yan noon. Hindi yun ang gusto namin, solusyon.
Their programs in India for microfinancing. And this is again because of the MSMEs that we are hoping to assist. To bring back, to create more jobs.
Deep breath ka muna, deep breath. Kinakabahan eh.
Meron silang statistic na nagulat kaming lahat. Yung sinabi,
Oy, Gina, manood ka, huwag mo itulog.
70 pesos pa lang pwede na silang magbukas ng account doon sa kanila. Napakaliit lamang, kaya na nila. So sabi ko, will you please send me material? Because I'm very, very interested in that. Kasi mabusisi ang trabaho na yan. India has
Oo nga, Nitch Gids eh. Talking info pero yung plano at saka solusyon, yun yung kailangan natin marinig.
They have taken it already to this level na kahit ganun lang kaliit ang puhunan mo, pwede ka na
Juliet, umasa lang sa consultant.
Pwede ka na maghanap buhay, pwede ka na magnegosyo. And with the American charge, as you can imagine, pagka kausap natin Amerikano, marami talaga kami pag-usapan.
Oo nga, Jean, Karina.
One of the first subjects that we came across
kumain muna tayo.
were the assistances that the United States
nasa Pinas
is offering to mitigate climate change in different countries. At very active sila. They want to
Oo
take a
naman,
leadership
Kate. At
role
least kahit papaano may
in
mga komentary tayo, di
the
ba? Hindi lang yung
mitigation
ano.
of the effects of climate change, of global warming. And I said, it is very, that became, nung nakita ko sa brief na yun ang kanilang ginagawa, ay nakita ko kagad kasi napakataas natin, top 3 tayo sa at
Alam
least
namin top 3 tayo ang
climate
gusto
change.
namin
So
solusyon.
that is immediately of great interest. Security concerns, of course, have always been a big part of our relationship with the United States. But then the additional, ang aking sinasabi, it is very
Thank you,
of course,
Jarly.
we welcome any assistance for the economy that we can get from the United States. But I said, I think that not only a dependence on aid from the United States, but also in trade not aid, balik pa rin tayo doon, trade not aid. And so to open the again, the government, the bureaucracy, this administration to the
Ronald.
possibilities of private
Bakit ang dadaya ninyo?
partnerships, joint venture from the Philippines and with the American.
Ang daya ninyo pag si Yorme nagsasalita tapos ako'y nagko-komentary, sasabihin nyo tumahimik muna ako. Ngayon si Marcos ang nagsasalita, nagsasalita ako, gusto nyo ako na lang magsalita.
Siyempre, security concerns, pinag-usapan namin, the return or the re-signing or the extension of the VFA agreement and how it has to be redefined for the near future with the changing situation around the world, especially in our region. Siyempre, yun ang ating primary concern. So we talked about some new technologies that might be available to us in terms again of power generation, but which ang usapan talaga nasa climate change. Napunta kasi naman climate change napupunta yan sa lahat ng sektor eh. Kaya yun ang napunta sa power, napunta sa agri, napunta sa iba't ibang sektor. So that is the extent of my discussions with the ambassadors today, with some of the diplomats that came to see me today. This is not the first time I've met with him. This must be about the second, third, or fourth time already dahil nung kampanya pa lang, marami nang pumupunta, nagtatanong, ano ba talagang iniisip mo, ano yung binabalak mo. And this is just to
pakialam namin.
Discussion so we get into actual practical detail. Hindi lang yung mga vague ideas of what can be done, but really to dig down and to see what can be done, what needs to be done para mag-succeed itong mga program na ito.
So ngayon mo lang sinasabi pala yung ganyan?
From our partners around the world.
So wala talagang mailatag
except for some of, I think yung inaantay nyo talaga yung mga appointment. No?
Ayan na, appointment.
Na ano tayo ni our friend the incoming DOJ secretary has already announced it himself. So sigundahan ko na lang siya that Boying Remulla, I have asked him to join the government as DOJ, the Secretary of the Department of Justice. I think he will be very good. He has, as you know, he has a great many years.
Relax, huwag kang kabahan. President ka na.
And what many people do not know is that he's actually a very, very good lawyer. And so I think he will fit very nicely into the DOJ. I guess we can talk about our last meeting already. I had over lunch.
Ayaw nga, talmakmak.
The former
Hindi naman ito yung presidente, alam natin, di ba? Mali ata yung nilagay nila.
And Tuts Ople.
Bakit to nandito?
Both Dole and the new Department of Migrant Workers. So our new uh, my nominee for Dole is going to be
Fake president, hindi po ito yung president namin. Attorney yung president namin eh.
and we've asked help from Tuts Opde to organize already the Department of Migrant Workers so that when the time comes that we are mandated to start operations, we are ready. Hindi na tayo mag-a-adjust, hindi na tayo magpapalit. Kaya ang naging concern ko is mahirap naman kung magbabago tayo 2 years from now, babaguhin natin dahil magkakaroon ng Department of Migrant Workers, ay kung ititigil pa natin ang services bago tayo nag-organize. So sabi ko, para hindi matigil ang functions, ay ngayon pa lang, umpisahan na nating pag-isipan kung ano ang gagawin natin para pagdating ng panahon ay mabilis na the Department of Migrant Workers from the day one.
Oo nga pala, Verman, saan yung burger? Hello, Prince JR.
Operational and
Lumunok na. Loko-loko talaga kayo.
That's really my general policy sa lahat na ito. Is to fix policy as early as now.
Hindi, Jezreel, ganun talaga siya na hindi siya sanay. Kinakabahan niya yan talaga.
To the CA ay mabilis na ang magiging proseso at kahit na hindi pa ma-confirm yung mga iba, hindi pa natapos ang confirmation process ng mga iba, ay ang mangyayari ay marami na tayong naintindihan na ng mga tao natin, the cabinet secretaries and the rest of government kung ano yung kailangan gawin, what is expected, what the timetable has to be, so that we can immediately start work as soon as the term of the next administration.
Yes, tama, Clara. We are giving him chance nga actually.
An old friend who also was formerly in this position, Arce Balisacan, who was our former NEDA. And
naman, we're giving him the chance. Kaya lang, siyempre, alam nyo naman.
Extensively in the time that I was governor. We have very similar thinking in that regard. Kaya malakas ang loob ko. I know he's very competent. I know his policies are policies that will be to the betterment of our country and for employment, for the development of the economy. Nag-uusap kami ng ilang oras at
let's give him a chance to fail, Joe.
Tungkol sa approach natin dito sa mga darating na ilang taon when it comes to the economic managers. I know that siyempre ang punot dulo talaga na susunod na administrasyon is the economy. Kaya alam ko yan, inaabangan na talaga ninyo. Allow me and maybe a few more days for me to be able to announce formally who will be part of the labor sector is going to be very much part of any redevelopment and recovery of the economy. So that's part of it. NEDA, obviously. Sa NEDA, having come from governor, sabi ko dapat ibalik natin yung primary function ng NEDA. NEDA, you have to remember, is the National Economic Development.
Opo, alam na po namin, Joe.
That the provincial development councils will forward their recommendations to the regional development council, which will forward their recommendations to NEDA. Hindi na nasunod yun. Kailangan natin maibalik because again, being a proponent of local government, we need to hear from local governments so that what we do at the national level is relevant to the needs and the concerns of local government. So that's it for now. I think that
di naman medit, parang lang.
That's enough to be getting on with.
We're working very hard. Kakumpisa lang natin. Di pa kami tapos.
Dahan-dahan naman, we are beginning to fill the positions. I still have to talk to them some of our proposed nominees. And we have to understand na nagkakasundo kami sa polisiya. Kasi kung di naman sila mag-agree, mahirap naman masyado yun. So we will continue to discuss with them. And should they agree, umpisahan na namin ang mga planning para diyan. So um, I wanted technically talaga dapat after proclamation itong mga announcement na ito. Kaya pero I know na maraming hindi na makapag-antay.
Napapalunok na.
Importante ng mga appointment na ito, but allow me the luxury of a few more days, and we will be able to announce more. At the moment,
Anong luxury?
canvassing,
Joke lang.
my best information is that the canvassing will proceed rapidly, and I told the speaker and the leadership of the House and of the Senate that I'm on call. Kung matapos sila,
Ayan na, tinatawagan ka na.
I'll be happy to go there to be proclaimed. So that's what we are busy with now. And that also explains to you bakit ako naka-Amerikana. Dahil nga mga planong ko
Dahil
naipang-look namin dito sa headquarters at hindi na kami nangangampanya at we are now back in the office, working in the office. So I'll leave that with you for now. Well, I'll take a few.
questions. Dapat mag-ano ka din ng mga questions.
Hindi kaya because na may ospital eh. Ginagamit pa eh. Hindi naman natin pwedeng ilipat na. Kailangan pa doon. No, I don't think there's any need to go to that. Yun lang, we're now looking for an alternative. I think for now, unless something will change radically, we cannot use Green Grandstand. Mas maganda para sa akin, gusto ko doon dahil yan ang tradition eh. Pero marami talagang pinalitan yung pandemic. Wala tayong magagawa.
Bawal magtanong.
Yes, we talked about that. Yes, we are very much involved. We are very much involved, and we are considered very much an important member of that aggregation. So some of the elements of the Indo-Pacific Regional Treaty are going. We spoke about with the different ambassadors, most specifically with the American charge. So yes, we will be involved in that.
Sir, House Majority Leader has said that.
I'm sorry.
House Majority Leader of House has said that.
I'm sorry. I'm really.
Hello, sir. House Majority Leader.
Mhm. Ngayon pa lang nabibingi na.
Yeah.
Regarding that in Congress, sir. Sir, maybe sir, if you think that the government still has funds to fund another stimulus package, and then, sir.
Nababahala ako doon sa paghinga niya. Parang very deep na
Yes.
parang hindi relax, parang tense na tense. Tingin ko lang baka mali ako.
Although it has been dispersed, not all of it has been spent. So meron pa tayong breathing room, pero konti na lang. And so that's why we will have to look to the new budget, the budget for 2023, which is presently being written. We have to look at that to